So hello guys, we are going to start the new video on the array indexing. Okay, so most of the people know about the indexing. Indexing is nothing but the number or a particular number given to the given in array for each element. Okay, so basically when we are going to create any array, it has a unique number to any data structure or any programming language give the particular number to each element of the array to access, or we can say to do the operations on that array. We need a element with the specific with the help of specific element we can do the mathematical operation, addition, subtraction, update, edit, all these things. Okay, so element, for each element we have index number. It starts from 0. Okay, and it is a unique in nature. Okay, so it is in continuous and in unique nature. So in Numpy, in NP, indexing start with 0. Okay, as like Python also indexing start with 0. Okay, so here we have multiple types of array. So already we see uh, 0 dimension array, 1 dimension array, second dimension array, 3D array. Okay, so we have n type of array. Okay, so using to access the element of those array, we can use the indexing for now. Okay, so first we already have a array 1. Okay, so I'll just print here. First I will going to print the array. Okay, already we have created array, so instead of that I will going to create the array best way. Okay, index array index 1 कर array index underscore 1. So first this is the 1D array, np dot array. Okay, pass the list to array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 4, 5 we are given array here. Now we're going to print it. Okay, so if you see, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but the indexing of this array internally to do the operation, to do the perform tasks, so Numpy give the indexing in this fashion. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I will just copy this one, go here and do this one, so we'll get idea. Okay, so number 1 has indexing 0, number 2 indexing is 1, number 3 index is 2, number 4 index is 3, number 5 index is 4. Okay, so the indexing case is equal to n minus 1. Okay, so whatever the numbering is given by n minus 1. So number we have 5, n minus 1 is a 0, is n minus 1 is equal to, we will get the 4 number. So but the number will going to start from 0. So that is the way the indexing do automatically for you by the interpreter in Numpy and Python also. So now we're going to access the first element of the array. So first element of the array is, we're going to take the array name and let's mess up. Okay, and we give the curly bracket, sorry, square bracket, and give the first, the indexing element. So what is the first value of index is 2. If you see here, on 0 index 1 is value, and first index we have 2 is value. So if you see here, if you compare here, you will get this. Okay, if you compare here, you will get this idea. Okay, so on first we get this on first index we get the 2 value. We will give the 0 index value, so you will get the 1 as a 0 index value. We will give the 4, we will get the 5. Okay, but if you give the comma 4 and 3, 2, what will going to happen? It will going to give an error. Okay, so why it's given error? Because too many index size for the array is a one dimensional array. Okay, but we are 2 indexes. So if you given here, it will consider there is a one dimension, so dimension consider upon your row. Okay, in which row, which column we are going to see. But in our case we have one dimension, means we have one row, and in one row we are given the we are going to accessing the element of it. Okay, but if you provide the another here, it will throw error because it say this is the one dimension, it don't have two dimensions. Okay, so in that case, because of that it is going to give a error. So whenever we have dimension 1, you just pass the single index value, not a multiple index value. So this is the way you're going to access the first dimension array. Okay, so now we're going to see the second dimension array. Okay, we can do some operations also. Okay, so if I want to add the index 4 value, or I can say index 2 value plus index 4 value. Okay, so I can say just do the some operations also here in same example. Addition operation we can do, addition we can do here, and this one going to give the index of 4. Okay, so I want to addition of index 2 and index 3. So at index 2 we have value 3, and index 4 we have value 5. So what will be the output? 3 plus 5, 8. Okay, so this way we can do the operations. We can do minus operations also. Any mathematical operation you can do. Minus 2 will get 5 minus 3 will get 2 minus 2. Sorry, minus 3, 3 minus 5 will get the minus 2. My bad. Or we can do the multiplications. Okay, so we'll get the 15 answer. So this is the way we can use the indexing to refer the element. Okay, and with the help of that we can do the operations of. We already see it. So now we're going to go for the second example, that how to access the 2D array. Okay, so I will say array index underscore 2 equals to np dot array bracket. Okay, so here we have already first dimension is there. Okay, so let's consider, for example, if I put this one comma this one. Okay, does it two dimension array? We don't know, so we're going to see it. Okay, so we're going to just print it. Okay, so we'll come to know error. Okay, what is say? The field element must be 2 or 3 tuples but got 1. Okay, so thing is that if we are not providing brackets, okay, so ultimately thing is that whenever we're going to give the elements of array, okay, so first we have to provide the as a single element, because if even if it has a two list, okay, list 1 and list 2. So for example I will just change the value, so we can come to know. Okay, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, so here we have list 1, list 2, but as an array it will going to consider we have one tuple. I think you should have one or two tuple, but we get the one because here we cannot define either it's list or it is tuple. Okay, we are passing just two single list. Okay, so instead of that we just give the curly bracket here. Sorry, not a curly bracket, again I did mistake, square bracket. It will consider the 2D array. Okay, so it will going to say 2D array. So we're going to check the what type of arrays, what is the dimension of arrays using ndim dot ndim. See the output. What is say? Sorry, it's my mistake. Spelling. Okay, so it is a two dimensions, the dimension 1 and dimension 2 we have. Okay, so this is the way we're going to create it, but now we are going to access it. Okay, how we can access it? In first case, in first example, if you see there, we are providing only one value to access the element, but right now if you print it, we have matrix here. Okay, so this is nothing but the matrix. We just copy paste here to understand. Okay, So I'll just change here. So we have, okay, so I'll just, for sake of purpose, I will just this one. So how many rows we have? We have 2 rows. And how many columns we have? How many columns we have? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so what is the shape of this array? Shape of this array is a 2 by 5. Okay, so now the single thing will doesn't work. Okay, so we'll try to access the element using single indexing also, but that will doesn't work. Okay, so first we're going to see, we're going to apply the single indexing, okay, which we already applied here. So let's say we're going to first, and we're going to say run it. Okay, so what is going to give? It will give an entire indexing. So now if you see here, for these two, for this array, 2D array, the first indexing value start from 0. So first array, first list is considered as a 0, and second list considered as a 1. Okay, so this row is a row number 1, sorry, row number 0, and this row, second row, will numpy consider as a number 1. Okay, so we have 2 dimensions, means we have 2 indexing. So first indexing gives a 0 for this list, and second indexing number gives to the this list. Okay, so this list indexing is 0, and this list indexing number is a 1. So now we are accessing 1. Okay, so that means is going to pointing to this indexing, this list. Okay, this row, if you see here, it's going to pointing to this. Now I want to the second row. Okay, so for us, second row, or by indexing first row, and we're going to access the 8 value. This is the 8th value. Okay, so now I am going to give the address of 8. So what will be the address of 8? Again, for this row, going to start from 0. 6 is a 0, 7 is a 1, and 8 is a 2. So I will just give the comma and 2. So first row, second column. So first row, this is our first row, and this is our second column. So what will be the value here at this position? We can say it is a 8. I will just run it. So hopefully we get the 8 value. So this is the way we are going to accessing the element from the second index. Okay, so here you can use this one also, 0, and we can give the fifth option. Okay, because the fifth indexing we don't have, we have 4 indexing also. So we'll just see what errors we are getting. Okay, just wait. Okay, index is out of bound, access 1 with index is a 5. Okay, so we are given the wrong value of indexing, because 0 1 2 3 4, we have 4 index, but we are given the 5th index value, which is wrong. Now we're going to pass the complete value, true value, that is we have 4 index, means first row and 5th column. So we'll get the 5 is the 5th column for us, and first row, 0th row, and 4th column means we'll get the 5th value from the user. Okay, so from the compiler, sorry, not a compiler, it is an interpreter. So this is the way we can access the 2D array also. Now we are going to move for the 3D array. Okay, so because the dimension will get add one more dimension. Okay, so for us dimension will get one more addition will get. Okay, so now we are going to add one more dimension. I will just copy this one simply. Okay, I will just change name, this one 3. Okay, but this is the 2D array, we are going to add one more dimension. I will just give the comma here and replicate the same number. Okay, and print it. Okay, so field element must be 2 or 3, it's greater than this, so we need to check the Okay, so we need to give the one more bracket here, one more bracket here. Okay, and let's see. Okay, so now it's dimension 2 and dimension 3. So now we're going to I think we should change the element also. Okay, so first we keep this element as a simple. Okay, so this array 4 comma 5 comma 6, here we need to give this 7 comma 8 comma 9, this one 10 comma 11 comma 12, 11 comma 12. Okay, so now, okay, we did the mistake here. We're going to pass the number 3. Okay, so now we have a 3-dimension array in a place. Okay, we just change the column number so we can easily understand it. Okay, so that is the way we're going to access it. So now we can say here index 3, okay, 0 comma 1 comma 2. Okay, so if you what value we'll get the 6th value. Okay, so first we have 3 dimensions. Okay, this is our first dimension, so this bracket, this entire bracket is our first dimension, means 0 dimension. Then we're going to pass the inside row, that is a first row. Okay, for us it is second row, but for interpreter is a first row, and we're going to access the second value from it, that is a 6. Okay, now we are going to give the first list of it. It's going to 12. Okay, so we guessed 12. Now we're going to give a 3 because it will give to the index. We have 2 indexes here, 1 and 2. Okay, so we going to add one more index. Okay, that is means what the simplicity we can say it, inside the 2D array we're going to add nested again 2D array, that will be the 3D array. Okay, so you should not be considered that we should have 3 rows. Okay, so we have 2 rows and 3 columns here only, so we'll just get here. Okay, so just one. Okay, now we are just simply print it so we can able to see. Okay, so these are the two first dimension and second dimensions. Okay, and we created with the help of 2D we can create a three dimension. So these are the way we can access the element using the array. Okay, so most of the things we are going to look into the slicing is very important things actually. So we are going to use the negative indexing also here. Okay, for the 2D array we're going to apply the negative indexing. So array indexing 2. Okay, and it will give a negative index of this. So I will say first row and give the -1. So what will the -1? This is the last value of your first list. Okay, so this is your first list, there is a 0 list, so I can say 0 list. Okay, and -1 elements, this is equal to 5. Okay, this will show as a 5. So these are the way you can use negative indexing. These are the way you can accessing indexing on 1D array, 2D array and 3D array. So that's it for this today's video. It's very important video, you should understand it and you can do the practice. Try to access more and more element, try to create the more and more index array, and you try to access it. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm wrap up this video here. Thank you for watching my video. Please do share, subscribe my channel, and do the comment on my YouTube channel how things are going to you get or not things properly. So that is the things. So thank you for watching my video. Good night.